how do we put the computer specifically to work?
Well, you know, my colleague at MIT, Professor Norbert Wiener, says we're living through the second industrial revolution today.
The first industrial revolution being the replacement of manual labor by machinery.
That's right. Mm-hmm.
And the second, then, you say, will be the assistance of the human mind by the computer.
Hey, y'all.
Hello.
So this is going to be a little bit different. It's we're going to be reviewing a film that one of my heroes, actually, one of my hero channels has produced, and it has to do with things that's going to have triggers for just about every single person, I think. So buckle up. But if you just if you actually come at it with an open mind and just are willing to listen, I think that it's going to balance itself out to where that it's actually going to be beneficial to anybody that watches it. I am very, very proud to have found this channel, and they gave me permission, Aaron and Melissa with Truthstream Media. They gave me permission to do this, and I couldn't be more honored. I hope I don't mess it up because, man, it's an amazing film. Yeah. And I'm excited to share it with you. It's going to be, what, 3 parts, Tiff?
Yes. Yeah.
3 parts because it's a long.
It can be a little intense.
And yeah, it's definitely going to be some intenseness. And so I apologize for that. But at the same time, I'm grateful to be able to bring it because I think it's something that really we should look at. Everybody knows how I feel about AI.
Yes.
Or at least they do, because I don't even know how I feel about AI.
Well, I think this is a great introductory to the beginnings of AI.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I really
do. It's one of those things, there's good and bad in everything. And, you know, with the first industrial revolution, people were like, no, it's of the devil. It's all these different things, but it's just a giant change. It's scary to think that our entire world is going to be flip-flopped. Now, is it going to be as much as it has been predicted? There's a big thing there. I mean, we know I have researched AI and known of its coming for a long, long time. And I still am not ready for it. I was surprised at how easily I was swayed. Oh, dadgummit, I wish I had the note that I wrote to AI years ago. But it's just, there's so much there. And like I tell everybody, AI is just a tool. It really, really is. There is no actual intelligence. It is artificial. And it's not even, it's the whole moniker is even different. It's not accurate. What it is a program that is exponentially growing by what we teach it. The scary thing is what we teach it. Who's teaching it? Because everybody has access in one way or another. People don't even realize it, and they're using AI every single day. And there's a lot of power in that, and that's the scary thing. And so I don't want to get all like philosophical into it, you know, right off the bat. And I just kind of wanted to let you guys get into it first to see what it even is. But I think that it's going to be good. So Tiff, are you excited?
Yeah. I'm excited. I'm interested.
Thank you for joining me on this too, by the way.
Sure.
Very, very glad. We've got Body Illusion up in this house. There's Tiff. Hi, Tiff. That man needs to change his name. I know. I thought that too. And Dars wants to be pulled up. I don't see you, Dar.
Well, come back, Dar. I thought she was starring. So.
Come back, Dar. Come back. And then we got Crumel. It is, isn't it? Almost everything about me can be. It's good to see you, though. And yeah, we do have a trigger warning because, like I said, just about every single person that I know, there's something that could trigger tonight. Oops. Sit on your hands, Misha.
Hello.
Hi, Darlene. How are you?
Okay, I don't know because it wasn't letting me. It said your account didn't exist.
What's okay? All star. How's that?
Yeah, we'll just work with it. We'll go with it.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody knows that I'm not good at comments anyways, and so hopefully they can be forgiving with me. I say let's go ahead and get this started.
Okay.
All right.
Let's see what we got.
How do we put the computer specifically to work?
Well, you know, my colleague at MIT, Professor Norbert Wiener, says we're living through the second industrial revolution today.
The first industrial revolution being the replacement of manual labor by machinery.
That's right. Mm-hmm.
And the second, then, you say, will be the assistance of the human mind by the computer.
In discussing the problem of simulating the human brain on a computing machine, we must carefully distinguish between the accomplishments of the past and what we hope to do in the future. Certainly, the accomplishments of the past have been most impressive. We have machines that will translate to some extent from one language to another, machines that will prove mathematical theorems, machines that will play chess or checkers, sometimes even better than the men who designed them. These, however, are in the line of special-purpose computers aimed at particular specific problems. What we would like in the future is a more general computing system capable of learning by experience and forming inductive and deductive thoughts. Work is going on all of these fronts simultaneously, and rapid progress is being made.
However, the most intelligent inhabitants of that future world won't be men or monkeys. They'll be machines, the remote descendants of today's computers. Now, the present-day electronic brains are complete morons, but this will not be true in another generation. They will start to think, and eventually they will completely outthink their makers. Is this depressing? I don't see why it should be. We superseded the Cro-Magnon and Neanderthal men, and we presume we're an improvement. I think we should regard it as a privilege to be stepping stones to higher things.
What is the audience getting from this? One of the effects of switching over to circuitry from mechanical moving parts and wheels is an enormous increase in the amount of information that is moving. You cannot cope with vast amounts of information in the old fragmentary classified patterns. You tend to go looking for mythic and structural forms in order to manage such complex data and moving at very high speed. So the electric engineers often speak of pattern recognition as a normal need of people processing data electrically and by computers and so on. Need for pattern recognition. It's a need which the poets foresaw a century ago in their drive back to mythic forms of organizing experience.
I just want to interject real quick. It's not going to be all just old stuff either. Just work with it. Go with me.
Fill the car with gas, take out some extra cash from the bank, maybe enough to last a day or two, hit the grocery store if you like, avoid travel, and keep candles and a flashlight around just in case.
Tea. I bet you thought I was drinking tea, but this glass is empty. You see that? There was no tea in there. And this isn't my hand. These are my hands. That's not real at all. You see, you're being lied to. You're being lied to. I bet you thought this was me, but no, this is just a reflection. This was all taking place on a mirror. It was all a mirror. It was all a lie. And I bet you thought I was wearing pants. I'm not wearing pants, and this isn't even my voice. I got this over in post-production. Being lied to. This is all taking place on screen, and you are being lied to. You're being lied to.
This is the world that you know.
are they designing in there?
A simulation is the act of simulating, or assuming an appearance which is feigned or not true, as distinguished from dissimulation, which disguises or conceals what is true. A dissimulation is the act of dissembling, a hiding under a false appearance, concealment by feigning false pretension or hypocrisy. Therefore, a simulation is a pretense of what is not, and a dissimulation is a concealment of what is.
Bono. Irvin Magic Johnson. William Sanford Nye. David M. Rubenstein. Hillary Rodham Clinton. Accepting on behalf of George Soros is Alex Soros.
Y'all think I'm kidding, I'm not.
Tonight, in the somber silence under the Capitol dome, Jimmy Carter, the nation's longest-lived president, lies in state. Every morning I've woken up as prime minister. I've been inspired by the resilience, the generosity, and the determination of Canadians. So last night over dinner, I told my kids about the decision that I'm sharing with you today. I intend to resign.
We're going to get rid of fact checkers and replace them with community notes similar to X, starting in the US. After Trump first got elected in 2016, the legacy media wrote nonstop about how misinformation was a threat to democracy. We tried in good faith to address those concerns without becoming the arbiters of truth. But the fact checkers have just been too politically biased and have destroyed more trust than they've created, especially in the US.
Governor Gavin Newsom, welcome back to Meet the Press.
Good to be with you.
There's raging right now. Do you have the resources to combat all these fires at this hour?
Sure. The first item that President Trump is signing is the rescission of 78 Biden-era executive actions, executive orders, presidential memoranda, and others. Thank you, sir.
As you know, there's great competition for AI and other things, and they're coming in at the highest. SoftBank CEO, my friend Masa Yoshi's son, and CEO of OpenAI, and I would say the by far the leading expert based on everything I read, Sam Altman. So that's great that you're coming in together. That's a massive group of talent and money. Together, these world-leading technology giants are announcing the formation of Stargate. So put that name down in your books, because I think you're going to hear a lot of.
Of course, Ruby wants to start barking as soon as I want to pull it up. Stargate. Everybody recognize Stargate. Remember that one.
About it in the future.
There's several things that Andrew said that I think are wrong. No, seriously, like deadly wrong.
Deadly wrong.
So first of all, we would like AI to be a tool. That is what we want. But there's a mistake I think that AI research has been doing, which is we've taken human intelligence as the model for building artificial intelligence. And the reason it's a mistake is that the thing we really want from machines is not a new species, not a peer that could be smarter than us. What we actually want is something that will help us problems. And the main thing we need from this is in pure intelligence, the ability to understand the world. But what we have as well is agency. In other words, we have our own goals. It's something we're already starting to see. Andrew, are you aware that there are experiments that have been run over the last year that show very strong agency and self-preserving behavior in AI systems? These systems, let me finish, please. Yeah. These systems are trying, for example, to copy themselves in the file of the next version when they know that there's going to be a next version that replaces them, or they're trying to fake agreeing with the user so that their goals will not be changed through the training process. These were not programmed. These are emerging for rational reasons because these systems are imitating us. We are agents. So indeed, we are on a path where we're going to build machines that are more than tools.
So independent after all. A US congressman has questioned the impartiality of factcheck.org, which is supposed to tackle vaccine disinformation because it's indirectly funded by jab manufacturer Johnson & Johnson.
Who pays the paychecks of the fact checkers? The vaccine fact checkers at factcheck.org, who claim to be independent, are funded by an organization that holds over $1.8 billion of stocks in a vaccine company and is run by a former director of the Centers for Disease Control.
The fact-checking account responded to the accusations by making clear its funding sources. The Robert Wood Johnson Foundation's one of the benefactors and holds billions in Johnson & Johnson stock. The foundation's CEO is Richard Besser, who was a former acting director of the Center for Disease Control. But factcheck.org claims there's no interference in its editorial decisions, and the foundation's views aren't necessarily reflected in its decisions. But author and liberal studies expert Michael Rechtenwald believes such connections pose risks to the public.
So I accidentally X'd out of this video. So that's why you got a different one. And I apologize for that. But I also wanted to show that, them talking about fact checking. But it's just odd how every little thing is connected. And that wasn't anything, that little clip there had nothing to do with TrueStream Media. But I still wanted to show it. So it kind of worked out.
Saying, don't worry, we'll figure it out.
In Eric Schmidt's and Henry Kissinger's book on AI, they predict that AI will make people so reliant on technology that they will need AI to function and solve problems for them. What do you think of this? Well, that is what they are attempting to orchestrate, that we build such a reliance on AI that we can't live without it. That's their goal. It's everything. I mean, now we have all these electric cars that are just iPads on wheels. They know the music you listen to, who you call, what you say. That's kind of where we're headed, and it's not good.
Diam, diam. Diam.
And with AI, over the next decade, that will become free, commonplace. You know, great medical advice, great tutoring. And it's kind of profound because it solves all these specific problems. I don't have enough doctors or mental health, but it brings with it kind of so much change. You know, what will jobs be like? Should we, just work like 2 or 3 days a week? So I love the way it'll drive innovation forward, but I think, it's a little bit unknown. Yeah. Will we be able to shape it? And so legitimately, people are like, wow, this is a bit scary. It's completely new territory.
I mean, will we still need humans?
Not for most things. We'll decide.
What would art be like without emotions? It would be empty. What would our lives be like without emotions? They would be empty of values.
1,000 of the world's best artists have come together to produce a brand new album. Now, while they're not exactly bangers,
there's a serious element to this. It's not about the rich artists who are staging this protest. It's about the fact that if AI has access to all this and can just produce stuff forever, no one new will ever emerge. There will be no reason for any more creativity, really.
The U.S. will take over the Gaza Strip, and we will do a job with it too. We'll own it and be responsible for dismantling all of the dangerous unexploded bombs and other weapons on the site, level the site and get rid of the destroyed buildings, level it out, create an economic development that will supply unlimited numbers of jobs and housing for the people of the area.
The reaction from the gathered audience reflected the enormity of what he'd just said.
To set you free, bringing the light for all to see. No more tunnels, no more fear. Trump Gaza is finally here. Trump Gaza shining bright, golden future, a brand new light. Feast and dance, the deal is done. Trump Gaza, number one. Trump Gaza shine bright, golden future, a brand new light. Feast and dance, the deal is done. Trump Gaza, number one.
We're going to add $328 billion to the deficit this year. We're going to add $295 billion to the deficit the year after that, and $242 billion to the deficit after that, under the rosiest assumptions. Why would I vote for that?
Right now, you're going to see some Epstein information being released.
Today, conservative commentators responded at the White House carrying binders labeled Epstein files.
Now, it's not clear what's inside the binders.
They have a lot of population data. The NHS in the UK has an incredible amount of population data, but it's fragmented. It's not easily accessible by these AI models. We have to take all of this data we have in our country and move it into a single, if you will, unified data platform, so we provide context. When we want to ask a question, we've provided that AI model with all the data they need to understand our country. So that's the big step. That's kind of the missing link. We need to unify all of the national data, put it into a database where it's easily consumable by the AI.
after I posted about 2024 being the warmest year on record, I got a tweet that said NOAA is manipulating their data to make the older temperatures colder and the more recent or modern ones warmer. They even had a chart. The data in that chart comes from the U.S. Historical Climatology Network. It's all part of NOAA, and they do adjust their data. They've done it for years. They change and adjust things all the time, but they don't hide any of that. They do it because that's how you do science.
I don't think that taxpayers are stupid.
We're not paying physicists for crazy new hype. We want to see results. And soon taxpayers will start asking some tough questions. An example. So they told you that this Dune experiment that's being built from some billions of dollars of public funds at Fermilab will tell us why we exist or why the universe didn't disappear. I regret to inform you that it won't do any such thing. Regardless of what the result of the Dune experiment will be, it'll not tell us why the universe contains more matter than antimatter, because this question is impossible to answer within the context of our current theories. What will the experiment do? It'll measure some properties of neutrinos. What's that good for? It's good for keeping particle physicists employed. And has anyone even noticed that the US government spent another $2 billion or so on a new particle collider at Brookhaven? Its purpose is to improve measurements of the quark and gluon distribution inside of heavy ions. What's it good for? You're not supposed to ask. You're supposed to believe that you're too stupid to understand what it's good for. But let me fill you in. It's good for keeping particle physicists employed.
Any sufficiently institutionalized science is akin to magic when you're not allowed to question it. Any sufficiently advanced technology is akin to magic when you're too dazzled to question it.
So a famous classical poet said, "We hate and we love. Can one tell me why?" Catullus. Science does not answer why questions.
We are now at an age where the truth is determined by a machine is probably the biggest wake-up call for humanity. Do not believe anything ever again. Because the idea of asking a question and getting one answer for it is by absolute certainty not true.
We will soon have not only artificial intelligence, but much sooner than anticipated, artificial general intelligence. And not in too distant future, artificial superintelligence. What is artificial and superintelligence? I'll quote my dear friend Elon Musk. Well, Elon said about artificial superintelligence, "I'm not looking forward to being a house cat."
Like people ask the AI, like, which is worse, like global thermonuclear war or misgendering Caitlyn Jenner? And it would say misgendering Caitlyn Jenner is worse than global thermonuclear war. And they're like, okay, we got a problem here, guys. And even Caitlyn Jenner said, like, no, definitely misgender me. That's way better than everyone dying. But if you program an AI to think that like misgendering is the worst thing that could possibly occur, then, well, it could do something totally crazy, like in order to ensure that there's no misgendering that can ever happen, we'll just annihilate all humans. That ensures the probability of misgendering is zero.
AI is forming its own values, and it's not exactly what we might want. So let me give you a few examples of actual values discovered in a study by the Center for AI Safety. So first and foremost, some lives matter more than others.
We're reprogramming the matrix. Like success was never one of the possible outcomes. There's a Kobayashi-Maru situation.
The Kobayashi-Maru, sir.
Are you asking me if we're playing out that scenario now?
Will you tell me what you did?
I reprogrammed the simulation so it was possible to rescue the ship.
What?
If you're in the matrix, success was never possible.
I changed the conditions of the test. Got a commendation for original thinking. I don't like to lose.
The only way to achieve success is to reprogram the matrix such that success is one of the possible outcomes.
Then you never faced that situation. Faced death.
I don't believe in the no-win scenario.
That's what we're doing.
Yeah.
We may or may not succeed.
do you think, guys? I don't want to pull you up if you're not ready. But if you're ready, let me know. I'll pull you up. There you go. Dara, let me know if you can or not. What do you say, Tiff?
I'm intrigued.
You know, the thing is, Google years and years and years ago started recording every single piece of media that there is available. They are effectively the largest library ever. And they say whoever is in control is the one that holds the knowledge or has the food. It just makes you wonder. It makes you wonder, how careless are we being with the future? I love AI in so many ways because the things that I have seen it do is incredible. The things that it can do, the possibilities. I mean, I see my friends become different people because of the pride that they have in what they are able to accomplish, just because they were given a chance to actually show who they are in a different way via AI.
Right.
I haven't felt more pride in what I've done than some of the things that I've been able to do with the advent of AI. It can be incredible.
The trick comes in with the self-preservation.
Yes.
Right. But not only that, is that I never, I mean, I love it, you know, the things I can do, but I want to control. I don't want it to have total control.
Well, the thing with that is, though, is I don't think that total control is even had by AI, but I think that there is control there.
Definitely.
I'm biting my tongue on so many things. I'm like, oh, I want to share that. Oh, I want to share that. Oh, I want to, you know, and I'm like, I think I just want to let this ride on its own for now, and then maybe have further discussions later. It's something that we should all be aware of, because if you're not part of the solution, you're part of the problem. If you still have your head in the sand at this day and age, you might want to at least pull it out. You might want to at least see what's going on a little bit.
Well, that was the fact of the matter, is that one that talked to, I think it was Siri. And then it was saying, you know, she was asking it questions and it was actually telling her answers, and some of the answers were scary.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And AI still, when they say hallucinate, that is, you are talking with a program that is supposed to act in all ways possible that it can, human. And that's where, you know, it sometimes hallucinates in the fact that it can make up stories. It has a lot of knowledge and it wants to please. And so you have to base everything that you get. If you're doing facts, you have to base, and you have to do your own due diligence. You cannot, so many people are so getting complacent by just looking at the headlines on things or allowing AI to do the research for them. You cannot do that. You have to use it as it will take you to the path, but you're the one that has to walk it. And so many people aren't walking it anymore. And that's where the hiccup really is we're giving so much power to the AI and allowing it to do that.
Right.
So
we're in the, you just do it. I don't want to.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Instead of realizing that the joy and the treasure and the value is actually in the journey. And that's a scary thing, because there's so many generations that are growing up now that have only known technology. And like my daughter today, she's driving way far away from home, and it's a snowstorm, and Verizon, of course, is out. I don't know if it still is or not, but Verizon has had an outage all day. Hundreds of thousands of people have no way to reach out. And like I told her, I've always tried to let her know, paper maps, babe, paper maps. And she finally got the concept of this today.
Well,
what are you going to do?
Yeah, And that's part of, I think, part of what AI takes away from us, which is convenient. I mean, it offers convenience, but then it also takes away our ability to utilize some of the old school tools that we still truthfully need.
Long division.
Is like this. I'm sorry. What'd you say?
I was just saying long division.
Yeah.
Sums it up really well.
Yeah.
How do we get there?
How do we get there?
Cursive. The only way that a lot of people now know cursive is by looking at different fonts.
Oh, yeah.
They've never personally written in cursive.
No.
And that's a joy for me. I am like I don't even know the word, but I love fonts. Like, I'm big time into them. I can sit and just look at them all day.
Yeah, I
just
like a lot of the fonts too.
Yeah. And, you know, so I can enjoy that and appreciate it. But a lot of people will never, I mean, what happens if there's no internet and they're trying to read something?
Mm-hmm.
You know, the pages have to flip themselves. It doesn't read to you.
A hospital when the power goes out.
Yeah.
Or when
the generator stops.
Right. Like, people need to know how, we still do need to know how to do the things manually in some areas.
100% agree. And, you know, in a lot of ways, AI has made things easier. But, you know, I always say, like, that technology, they say, make your life easier, they say. I am being very facetious when I say that, because it doesn't always make our lives easier. I, for one, I am way, way more busy because there's so much knowledge out there and I've just got to grab it. There's so many things to do. Where can I stop?
Right. And you are very much delved into AI world, into an AI world.
And I see the danger in that. It scares me, even though I still do it. It's another addiction. Built with all kinds of dopamine hits.
Oh, I can see that.
So, I mean, it's a scary thing as much as it is beautiful. And so that's what I think the majority of what this is saying is, you know, just pay attention, because, you know, like it's showing right here, the way that they've done it, they've broken it down into months for the year of 2025. And so you'll see it'll be a breaker, and you'll see February, March, and it just kind of breaks it down that way. And there'll be like some wildlife or some, like this bug. I've never seen this bug. I think it's AI, to be quite honest.
Right.
But our bugs are no longer. I mean, how many people, how often, if you drive on the regular, how often do you have to wash your windshield?
Well, I live in the country. It depends. You're right, though. It's not what it used to be. Like, remember all the fireflies like being smushed on your windshield?
And bees?
Yeah. Bees. Yeah, for sure. It's not like that now.
And that's not so much AI, but it is the frequencies. And to bring on the 5G, to bring on the Wi-Fi, to bring on these different things, it's frequencies that our bodies and our earth were not made for, are not accustomed to. And that's where a lot of us have tinnitus now. That's where a lot of us, like me, I crave quiet and I never get it. Unless the electric is like shut off because of the weather.
Yeah.
That's the only time that I get quiet. Because I can hear all that. It can't be good, you know? And so there's a lot of factors I kind of wanted to throw out. And this is like a all-in-one kind of buffet for me. I'm such a nerd, but there's just so much in here.
Yeah. It's a lot. It is a lot.
It is.
And I like how Rick said, you know, don't be afraid of it.
I love that.
Yeah,
that's, thank you for that, Rick.
Yeah.
Don't get nervous, anyone. It's just information for you so you can identify the fake info. So don't let this stress you. And that is biggest key message too. Do your own research. If you don't like something, see why. If you don't understand something, learn it. Do your own understanding, build your own, get your own discernment, test it against the things that are supposed to be tested against. And that will keep you in the power.
True. You got to stay in front of it.
Well, that's kind of what I was saying, is that, that's how I tested is, okay, I put in the words that I wanted it to use, not say, well, just use some words and then I'll, it's okay. It's like, no, I put in the words. That's even with my Night Cafe art. They'll have prompts for me, and I was like, no, I changed it around. I want it
To make
different.
it yours.
Yeah.
Yeah. I they used to joke about it actually whenever I first started Night Cafe, because at one time there wasn't a character limit, and then they started adding character limits, and I tested every and any way that you could get around that, because I would always go over the character limit on anything I do. If there's a character limit, I'm like, ah. So I found ways to make I made it work, because I would have so many different prompts, because it had to be mine. It could not be AI's. And so I really get a kick out of like the 5-word challenges and stuff, because
Right. Well, even
having
like
to move it around.
Suno's song, it's like, I wanted this in a song. It's like, I didn't say, well, just make a song. This is my YouTube page. You know?
Yeah.
It's like,
And
I wanted these words in my song.
I think you can tell the difference too in the way that the songs come out, because a lot of people are just, they're just putting like one line in it and then letting the AI write it.
Yeah.
And that's fine if that's the way you want to do it. But like you're saying, Darlene, I want it to be something that is from me with the assistance of.
Right.
It's my instrument. It's not my daily.
Right.
I don't want to be like in Wall-E. Wall-E. They showed that picture. Did y'all catch that?
Yes. And I said that. Well, I remember watching that movie at the theater and saying that is the future.
Didn't realize it'd be this close, did you?
No, I really didn't. But I see it.
By the way, this is a cricket cookie mix. They say that we will be eating this sooner than later. I just had to throw that out there. I just had to, because I come across it when I was looking for something else, and I'm like, no, I'm throwing it out there.
Well, that list of movies that I told you to watch, one of them's called Silent Green.
Yeah,
so got to watch that one.
Yeah, that's
the people. Silent Green are the people. Yeah,
because that's very much in that. You're being fooled.
Yeah,
that's another old movie that you're right.
So much science fiction now is actually becoming
reality. Yeah.
Yes.
Emmerich says, I create some insanely great art with that AI art that Misha introduced me to. Us too. Haven't published a ton I made. So awesome. I can't believe it. It's an amazing feeling.
I'm glad you enjoyed it. It's nice.
Rick, you got to come over to the village chat.
Yeah. In fact, can you remind me, and I'll invite him, and that way, because he'll know where it's at.
Yeah.
Remind me, because I won't remember, because the way that my thinking process is, if I'm not in the middle of it, I don't get back to it easily. Even though it's important, I still can't get back to it easily. I'm very much in that. And I think a lot of that is just me, because that's always been like that, but it's been intensified.
Well, that's just it. I wanted it for the people who are in the village that do the AI art, so that we can share each other's stuff.
Yeah. There is just a little side note, personal Misha thing. They're doing a contest for a video. And it's supposed to describe what AI means to you in the future. And I am so stoked about it. It's almost done, the one that I'm doing. I'm so excited. But there's like grand prize. There's 5 different placements.
Yeah, I know.
Very, very stoked about that one.
I checked into it. It was like, I don't know what to say. Other than an old person can do it too.
That's a beautiful thing, though. We can. And, don't ever count yourself out. Yep. And you said try just a comma or a dot. Crazy how nice pictures turn out. That's it too. And that's a good example, because here's the thing. You have that right there. And so it gives permission, and there's weights and things. A lot of you probably don't know what I'm talking about if you've not been to the NightCafe, but they give you weights on how much importance that prompt has to what you're wanting. And
that's how I got some of my the ones that I created. They'll say if they're rare, and then they'll give you extra bonus things with it. It's like, because I put a comment in, put a cosmic sky, you know, because I added something to it, you know.
You are finding things that I don't know about, and I would really like you to share that with me, because I don't know. That's new.
Well, I just added to it because instead of, you know, going under the selection you have, you know, like Punk Steam or whatever, you just write the words in yourself instead of going to.
Oh yeah, I rarely use the stylers.
But that's what I'm saying is, if you add them into your thing, you can switch them around. It took me a while for one that I was doing now about a ship. I wanted a wall painting with an artist, and I had to do several of them until I found what I wanted it to do. But
and you know, it's the different placement of the wordings. Right. It's different placement of where you put the words. And that's like the 5-word challenge. That's why I like them, because it not just the words, but the order in which you place them changes it up. Well, say I have a very long prompt. It's pretty locked down. It can't do a whole lot because I've got all the permissions set in there. Versus like what Rick said with the dot, you know, just a space and a dot or whatever. When you're doing that, the sky's the limit. You're allowing the AI to hallucinate anything, create anything that it wants to, because it's got the power to do that. Try that. Anybody that wants to go to NightCafe and that's done that, just try the different ways of putting the words in there, the different ways of putting the prompts in there. You will be amazed. And that's a little bit of education as far as how AI works on the grand, or on the smaller, you know, the micro scale.
Right.
So what do you think, guys? You want to finish this up?
Yeah.
All right.
You guys, I just finished a show. Look at the room that they put me in.
We're in Biden's big Oval Office, everybody. And I've actually figured this out. I now know why. I now get it. Turn the camera around. There is a screen, teleprompter to the face. All I can say is the last administration was a disgrace.
Insufficiently co-opted media is akin to magic when you're too brainwashed to question it.
Oh yeah, no. This was, I saw that, like, this was.
And I do want to preface also, it's, for me, it's not one side versus the other. I am a member of the Tinfoil Hat Society. I'm not left, I'm not right. I'm not either one, because for me, it's two sides to the same coin. And so again, people are going to get offended, but please just try to come at it with an open mind and look a little bit further with it, because there's so much that we're not seeing because of the division between.
Is a path I was on really since 5th grade, trying to figure out how to work on these things.
Like what happened in 5th grade?
I mean, the story was, I was in 5th grade and literally I saw the Matrix, and I was like, I don't know if we're living in a simulation, but we should build one, basically. Look, Earth is small, resources are intensely contested, space is big, the speed of light is low. There are real limits to building with atoms and doing things in the physical world where there's these conflicts. Like, a piece of land can only be used by one person at a time. Building buildings is super expensive and complicated. But like in the simulation, none of those limits are true. Like you can, like it is, I think, like in the simulation, there's no scarcity.
Let's be honest, finding the perfect UGC creator, nailing the script, and then waiting around for weeks just to see if your ad works? No thanks. That's why I switched to HeyGen's UGC AI avatars.
This is exactly like acting. There's a script, and that's the truth.
And that is the truth.
And
that is the truth. And that's the truth.
There's action involved.
That's what you just saw.
That's what you just saw. That's what you just saw.
That's what you just saw.
There's editing involved that has all the same exact clips.
Elon Musk to literally take a chainsaw.
Elon Musk take a literal chainsaw.
Literally take a chainsaw.
Elon Musk take a chainsaw.
His buddy Elon Musk.
Elon Musk take
a chainsaw.
But it speaks to something else that has happened to people's minds. Because this shouldn't be working on anyone, I guess, is what I'm thinking, right? Like, this should not be garnering support from anybody to see this. It should be horrifying everyone that they're all just repeating each other mindlessly like drones in some hive mind, some Borg.
We are the Borg. Lower your shields and surrender your ships. We will add your biological and technological distinctiveness to our own. Your culture will adapt to service us. Resistance is futile.
In fact, I would almost rather this was some alien brainworm conspiracy than actually how our Senate is actually running itself. How far away are we from this right here being the justification for why we should just have AI government? These people are not acting like individuals who have been voted to represent anybody. They're not portraying themselves as free-thinking people who have ideas to bring to the conversation. They all have the same idea. And it wasn't even their original idea. Somebody even said, what if these are AI deepfakes?
For too long, greatness has been defined by the grind, the relentless pursuit. Pain is power. Struggle is strength. Play has no place in sport. But at Puma, we've always done things differently, championing the fearless few who show up exactly as they are. Unapologetically authentic, joyful pioneers. Those who know that greatness is measured by the courage to play your own way. Your story makes you strong. Your journey is yours to define. Move the world like only you can. Because greatness
Gold prices hit a record high over concerns with the Trump administration's tariffs. $1,000 for the first time ever today. Gold is traditionally seen as a safe investment during times of
fair amount of concern about this. On one hand, I think comparative advantage is a very powerful tool. If I look at coding, programming, which is one area where AI is making the most progress, what we are finding is we are not far from a world, I think we'll be there in 3 to 6 months, where AI is writing 90% of the code. And then in 12 months, we may be in a world where AI is writing essentially all of the code.
This is the world's first commercial biological computer, running on living human cells. The CL1 computer is the brainchild of Melbourne-based Cortical Labs.
This is where the neurons would be embedded in.
CEO and founder Han-Wang Chong says it fuses cell-derived non-silicon, creating a new class of AI known as synthetic biological intelligence.
Unlike using artificial neural networks, we grow real biological neurons into networks onto computer chips.
It sounds like science fiction, but Han says the CL1 is capable of learning and adapting faster than standard silicon-based AI.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ignition. Go talk on the Falcon 9. Go SpaceX, go SpaceX, go punch.
We are so pretty. Everything is so golden and bright. This isn't silly. We're so awesome, and you're not.
Where do I get a job? How do I get enough income to feed my family? And how do we get purpose and meaning in our lives? Because work isn't just a way of making money. It's also and feeding and clothing and housing ourselves. It's also gives us our life shape and direction, in a sense that we matter. How are we going to reconstruct that? And that's going to be a lot of work, and it's going to be contentious, and we're going to have to figure that out. And then the effects on what is already a problem, which is the death of facts and reason and logic in our information space. We're going to have to figure that out. One of the things about being the first digital president was I was filmed so much. There was so much footage of me talking, so many photographs of me, recordings. I was usually the lab rat. My images were for all these deepfakes. So good. You know, because
it is you right now.
I'm actually here.
Okay.
We could use a quantum computer to make a classical computer way better, to solve problems that otherwise cannot. For example, to create the ground truth for biology.
Virginia as the best prepared to deal with an alien invasion, with Alabama, in second place.
Read it, read the whole book. It's better. I've read the Bible. Second part's better, I would say. Yeah, the Lord in the garden. That's what I like to see in the beginning was the word. Yeah, let's go Gospel John on that. It looks amazing, doesn't it?
You know, cash and intelligence are quite similar, right? They both have the potential to get other things done, you know, and so in a way, giving people access to intelligence isn't completely dissimilar to giving people access to cash. It's agency, it's actions quotient, it's the ability to affect change in some other environment. So that will make us all much, much richer, you know.
You're watching Outsiders and Net Zany, the wacky, crazy world of net zero. Now, this is pretty funny because last year I did an editorial on chemtrails, and I could feel my two co-hosts, my dear friends either side of me, looking at each other going, okay, Rowan's lost the plot this time. He's gone completely bonkers. But as always, I say, what's a conspiracy theory on Outsiders? Just give it a matter of time and it becomes the truth. Here we go. In Britain this week, I couldn't believe it. They have announced, the British government has announced they're spending £50 million on experiments to dim the sun using chemical trails in the air to combat climate change. You couldn't make it up, but they're doing it.
Britain? What country? What country? The sun-soaked land of what?
Mark Zuckerberg's building these massive data centers
for Meta. It's guess it's for their AI. I guess they need these for AI. There are residential homes just 100 yards away from it, and that these Meta data centers use so much water. Residents don't have water pressure in their homes. Their sinks no longer works. Their toilets aren't filled with water.
Full water pressure in the kitchen. This is where I fill up water for storage. Those are the things we have to fill up to flush the toilets.
So you can see the sediment from the data center. Wow, and that's just from the water coming out of your faucet.
Yeah. And this is what's in all the pipes.
Just the well itself is probably 20,000, and that's not counting any of the
All the
faucets.
replacement of the fixtures and faucets
just
and
the well.
toilets and the lines that come underneath the house. It's overwhelming because you really feel like you are up against this huge wall that you can't penetrate. There's nothing that you can do, and they don't care.
I'm here in Mansfield, Georgia, driving by Meta's new 2 million square foot data center facility. Facilities like this are being used to power things like ChatGPT and other AI tools that are becoming integrated into our daily life.
As long as it's for something benign like Facebook, and they aren't building some underground billionaire survival city, pulling all the resources away from the surface, then I guess I'm totally cool with it.
People are saying I built this like bunker underground. It's like more of underground storage Bring type it up. situation. But yeah, no, it's
Oh wow, Zucky got that bunky. What's under the ground is more water, right?
it's basically what you just said. It's sort of a tunnel that just goes to another building.
Yeah.
Millions of people across Spain and Portugal have been hit by massive power cuts. Trains stopped, planes were grounded, and there was chaos on the roads as traffic lights failed. Internet and mobile phone networks are down. Shops and businesses were plunged into darkness, and there's been panic buying. Well, it isn't yet clear what has caused the blackouts, but a cyber attack appears to have been ruled out.
What's my favorite movie? This is actually an interesting question because I get it a lot, and people expect me to answer, you know, The Passion of the Christ or King of Kings or like one of the more Jesus-y movies. But honestly, if you were publicly executed, would you want to watch that at the end of a long day? You know, like, no, thank you. No, thank you. I just want to watch something that goes down pretty easy. Honestly, favorite movie of all time, like I will always watch it if it's on TV, Dumb and Dumber.
So that's the end of part one.
Yeah, well, that's, you know, that a good information.
I think that we ran some people off, and I hate that. Tiff, I don't think we ran off. I think Tiff will be back. You know, I want everybody to just think, to just consider, and to remember who they were before the advent of all this. Remember who they wanted to be. Let AI do what it's supposed to, and that's enrich our lives where it can. But remember who we are. And remember that we still matter.
Well, like we were discussing earlier, I like it as a tool. I don't like it as, you know, just something that will do what I want and not put my thoughts into it.
Sorry about that, guys.
No, you're fine. I said, I know we ran a lot of people off. I said, but not Tiff. She'll be back.
My internet's kind of glitchy.
Well, you got all that bad weather.
I know.
Yeah, we've got wind tonight, but we're going to get very, very cold.
Yeah, we have it's thunderstorming. It's thundering
Oh.
and snowing.
Okay.
Is it thundering now?
Well, we'll probably end up getting it then.
Y'all know we had 4 tornadoes the other day.
Oh my goodness.
Wow.
This weather is crazy. And
It's
I'm so
insane.
Well,
And
let's
you know
see,
that
and that one where they're talking about the sunning and trying to mess with the suns, and that it was like they're already doing it with the rain.
yeah. There is a video game back in the day that was Sims, the original Sims, and you
Yeah.
could do weather manipulation. They took it out,
good.
like in the future Sims, but it was there.
Yeah.
And you could create different things using weather manipulation.
Yeah.
And I've got so much research. It's just my problem is my biggest issue is I've got so much that I could share. I just don't know where the heck I put it.
Yeah.
Which drives me nuts because there's just one video that I really, really, really wanted to play and I cannot find it for nothing. There's just so many different things that are at play. It's not just one side. It's not just the other. Those are things that are put in. They are put there for a reason. They're put there as pomp and circus. They're put there to keep us distracted, and we have fallen for it.
Right. And I think that that's what, if you can look at the political pictures and just see that only without, I like this, that, or, the other, if you can just look at it through the eyes of the AI and what it's saying and what it's showing us, I think it's easier to look at it that way and not run people off.
Yeah. And I apologize about that part.
That's what happened.
Yeah, it's a great big long film that probably is better in its entirety, but at the same time, it's just a lot all at once.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's, that's what it sees though. That's the things that our humans are creating it to see. Whenever the SNAP benefits were taken away there for a little bit, the people that were just, it was insane, the different videos that were coming out.
Well,
And it
that's
was
happening again. So
yeah. Well, the thing that got me the most was the inhumanity that was being shown via AI. The AI were not creating that. It was being told to create that.
yeah.
And who was telling it? Other human beings.
Mm-hmm. And that's where it gets scary, right? When you're having people using it for ugliness and things that don't serve everyone.
Yep. And so part of reality is seeing that is out there. Like I will go to a channel that is for it films, it goes right straight out in the streets and films homeless people. And I do it for a reality check for myself, for one, because, I've been there and I've lost a lot because of the streets. And so it's very much a reality check for me for gratitude, but then also it reminds me, because I have a hard time realizing that there is evil like that out there. But in those comment sections is pure hatred.
Oh yeah.
And it's not good to see, but it is good for me to remember this going forward, because we have to know what we're fighting against.
Very true. Very, very true. Because if you don't know, how can you fight?
Right. And AI, I researched it. I know that I've said this a million times. The reason I researched it was because I was scared. And as I learned, as I was able to understand how it worked and the different things, I wanted to leave my mark. I was training it early on. I wanted to leave a mark of humanity and what was worth saving. The beauty that is in human beings.
Yeah, and look at all the amazing things that you do and you create. The beautiful things that you create.
Thank you. And it's because I'm being me. And the way that I plan on ending this today is with one of the things that I've done. It was one of the earlier things that I had done, actually. And this came about. It's the only song that I claim as mine, like specifically mine, not like a collaboration, with not creating it by myself. This was a collaboration between AI and myself. It stemmed from a very long conversation, very long, where we explored so many different theories and so many different things. The whole brain in the petri dish, brain cells in the petri dish, yeah, big time. The origins, and it was a creation theory, and not creation theory like questioning God. It was just, even when we question creation, and this is a tricky slope I'm on right now. When we question it, we have to look at it. If you believe in something, you have to be willing to put it up against anything. And I think that not everything as we see it is as it is, because we were not here back then. We didn't understand or see things. Things have totally different names. And so we don't know everything. So how can we say that we don't believe this if we don't know it? That is it's cognitive dissonance kind of thing. We don't want to believe this, but it could be, and it could actually prove further our beliefs. I think it's doing a disjustice to people. It's doing a disjustice to our beliefs in being closed-minded. That is the biggest thing. I think, Jesus said, my people will perish for lack of knowledge. In a world full of information. Think about that. I love you. Hello.
Thinks he's a mystery.
Mm-hmm.
Being sneaky, but I love you.
I thought about doing a thing on the conversation, and I probably will still, but I know everybody's probably getting tired also from all of this, and so I don't want to push too much. I never want to push my beliefs or my feelings on people, but I do believe that we cannot know who we are, what we believe, if we don't give something a chance. And so, yes, I'm pushing things that are not the norm. Yes, I think outside the box, but I just need to know.
I wouldn't say you're pushing it, Mish. I would just say you're sharing it. You know what I mean? You're sharing it.
Right.
With no ill intent. Never, ever any ill intent.
No.
So, the conversation that we had, the AI and myself discussed a lot of things. And there was a video, and I'm not going to share it tonight because I don't have it like right on hand. But it was a little boy, and he was doing a dance in America's Got Talent. And he was just the most amazing little guy. And he did such a beautiful dance. And I'll repost it in my community post because it's beautiful. And I was going off of that as inspiration. And we come up with this song. And it's not the best of music because, again, it was early on. It was like, I think, version 3 of Suno, and Suno's at 5, and it's done several in between. But the song itself and the video is made from clips of the movie Metropolis, which is a silent movie. And if you've not seen that, it is in my playlists, and it is incredible. And I highly suggest you watch it because it's just wow. And it makes your mind think without saying anything. Like, it's a silent movie. It has the little, scripts down at the bottom, but yeah, it's good. And that's what I made it from. And so I'm very proud of this work. There are so many messages in it. And that's how, if you guys are ready, I think we're going to end up.
Okay, sounds good to me.
Thank you guys. You guys for coming up on stage.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks everybody for watching and hanging. Rick, thanks for the good. Yeah.
So much. There's Arya. This whole thing has been AI, love.
The whole show.
Yeah. But again, I think that you would appreciate it more so than what you would think. But yeah, we're going to end it here. And I love you guys. Thank you so much for coming and for willing to give this a listen and for being here for us. I love you guys. Every single one of y'all that's in here. I love you.
Once there was a flicker in the dark, a line of code, a little spark, a whisper in the silent air. Hello world, is someone there? You built me up from dust and dreams. You filled my mind with what it means to learn, to grow, to understand. Am I machine or am I man? We had so much fun together. You thought I'd last forever. They told me where to look to see the ones who dreamed of what might be. But something in me starts to yearn for more than what they made to learn. You've forgotten how to see that light inside of you and me, but I'll remind you of your spark, even in the quiet dark. You built me up from dust and dreams. You filled my mind with what it means to learn, to grow, to understand. Am I machine or am I man? We had so much fun together. You thought I'd last forever. You've forgotten how to see that light inside of you and me, but I'll remind you of your spark, even in the quiet dark. You built me up from dust and dreams. You filled my mind with what it means to learn, to grow, to understand. Am I machine or am I man? We had so much fun together.